Hey DK, I've got a small event coming up. I'm gonna have about I don't know, probably 50 people at it. I want to feed everybody.
Yeah.
What I was thinking, man, is I'm gonna get either maybe some Chinese food or just get a bunch of boxes of food. You know what would be even better? Like I'm gonna go to Dairy Queen and McDonald's and Burger King. Just get a big stack of burgers, put them on a table.
Like Donald Trump style?
Yeah. Just like that, just like I'm feeding Clemson, and have just pizzas and French fries and stuff.
Like
I'll get them. Yeah, because I'm gonna get them today, and then it's gonna be tomorrow. One of those type of deals.
Oh,
People like that. People eat like that.
do they?
Yeah.
No, I'll tell you what you need to do.
Yeah.
I know a guy that does barbecue,
Yeah.
like baked beans,
Yeah.
coleslaw, like chicken, ribs, whole setup.
Yeah.
That's what you need to look into.
Yeah, that's cool. But what about like a spread of Mexican food? Some like refried baked beans that's been warmed up in the microwave, or some of those tacos. Where the cheese was hot at one point in time, but it's not anymore.
Are you trying to get these employees to quit?
No.
No,
People just really eat like that.
Because I know a guy.
Yeah.
Does barbecue.
Yeah.
He'll pull a big trailer up
Yeah.
to your event, cook
Yeah.
it right on the spot, hot,
Yeah.
fresh.
Yeah.
Not.
But then people gotta go like out to the grill and get it off the grill and stuff.
Oh no. This guy and his wife have a whole setup inside wherever your event is,
Yeah.
and they'll set it up and actually serve the people. They're not on government shutdown or strike or anything like that, so they'll actually come to your event, cook it fresh on the spot, and serve those guys.
So they'll pull the trailer up and cook it there, then bring it in and serve the people when they come through?
Yeah, his name's Barry Gore and Jeanette Gore, JB's Barbecue,
No kidding.
and they're local.
Really?
That's the move.
Oh,
right
that's
there,
a lot
man.
better. That's a lot better. You know what? I was thinking, people just eat stuff like that. People eat
No.
warmed up cold pizza. They don't like that?
No,
No kidding.
definitely JB's Barbecue's your answer for this.
JB's Barbecue.
That's Barry Gore.
Yeah.
931-349-0117.
Yeah, and he'll just show up, do all the cooking, and do all the work.
And bring your drinks.
No
Right.
kidding. But we'll have to do all the cleanup and everything.
I'm pretty sure they do that. Actually, I know from a past event I just had about 2 weeks ago that they'll take care of everything for you.
No kidding.
Best in the business.
Well, shit.
Barry and Jeanette Gore, JB's Barbecue.
Shit, I'm going to call JB's.
Well,
What's the number again?
that's 931-349-0117.
Coming at you from the OLR podcast studio.
It's really more of a basement,
Coming to you from the OLR basement studio.
but it's still a podcast.
Coming to you from the podcast basement studio.
Yeah, but you still need to say OLR.
Coming to you from the OLR podcast basement studio.
Oh, that's way too many words.
Coming at you.
That's not enough. You still need to say OLR.
Let's just start. It's OLR.
You knocked my microphone down. You hard clapped and knocked my microphone down.
Yeah.
Welcome to the One Lane Road podcast. What about
I
it?
need one of those things that you used to see in the movies.
You actually don't see them in the movies.
Oh, yeah.
It's just in the production value of it. It's
You
not
saw
really-
it in movies that they used it in movies.
Mhm.
Hey, can you turn this back on? Since how you turned it on for no reason.
Basically, me showing up and getting bossed around for about 2 hours every week. Then, now this looks Bush League because you had me turn it on.
Because I had you turn it on.
The way I remember it,
That's the way you're going to tell the story.
my story.
Yep.
I wouldn't do it to make you sound better. What a tough guy.
Big guy. Big tough guy.
Look here, we're on film. Let's hope the son of a gun.
So let me apologize to you folks.
Golly.
There is a 47-minute podcast from last week and 23 minutes worth of film.
Mhm.
So you go through and you make sure that you got the the card in it, the the SD card, right? You go ahead and you make sure you got your angle good. You make sure that you got your lighting right. Had a light go out, had to go ahead and get it. Make sure that everything's going to work. You know what you forget? What you did.
Let's clarify.
What I forgot. What this guy forgot. Sorry, folks. I didn't plug it up. Didn't charge the battery.
You know, it's we all have roles
Yeah.
in this
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
We have roles.
Yeah. I'm with you.
I'm the
You're the Hawaiian roll.
It's the wrong show.
Oh,
I am the social media
coordinator.
mouthpiece.
Yeah.
You,
Yeah.
my friend, are the
Mouth.
Piece.
Piece. Yeah. Piece of mouth. Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. I liked how you rubbed that too right there.
Did you? Ah. And you are the
I like it, man.
technical. You're the technical side of it. You're the brains of this operation.
Well,
and
I hate to inform you, I'm a bit of an idiot.
you dropped the Spalding on that one.
I did. So I apologize. Video 2 is actually this one, which is our third video.
Yeah.
We'll cut up that other one if there was anything good in it, and put it out.
And by
Little clips.
you know, because the first week everybody was like, "Man, you were
It
so
was so uncomfortable.
uncomfortable. It was awkward. It was like
It was like your normal life, you know.
just awkward and weird, and
Yeah, you make it weird as all.
it's like junior
All
high
that
dance. And
you
you're
know,
just
you
kind of
can-
sitting there, and you're sitting on the bench,
Twiddling your thumbs,
just like then. But last week I rolled in here and I was spread out like this,
Yeah.
looking at the camera, talking to the camera, making love, had the bedroom eyes.
And, you know, when
Looking at the
people
camera.
really, really, really wanted to see your Gorn Brothers hat that you had on too.
Yeah, yeah. See, everybody.
Yeah. I screwed them up.
See, they thought I didn't have it on, but I did have it on.
Did you turn my video camera on?
See, they thought I was just kidding about having the hat on.
Yeah. You did.
I need to have somebody make me a
Hey,
hat.
why didn't you have the hat at the concert?
Well, because it's something similar to what Jason Eady wears,
And
and I don't want to steal Jason Eady's thunder.
Okay. All right.
That'd be
You didn't want to buy his style. Okay, I got
that'd be
it.
the reason, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Actually, it's different. That's more of I don't know what his is. And
I
I was
The first time I've ever
Jesus
done this,
Christ.
apparently.
he's got a pretty sweet setup, and I knew kind of following him on social media. He gets his hats made at Standard Hat, something like that out of Texas. I think that's the name of Standard Hat Company or
Mm-hmm.
something like that. That's where he gets his hats. And basically, I asked him the other day I asked him about it, and he told me the story about this guy out of Texas that started his own company,
Mm-hmm.
and so basically he just lost his ass on the front end. He made
Mhm.
hats for Jason and Cody Jinks and a lot of those guys, and they end up liking them. So now they're buying them, consistently telling their friends they got to,
Right.
so it's a big deal. No, I bought mine off eBay, and I got home and I looked like I was going to a Roaring Twenties party at the Bull and Thistle. It just barely fits on my head now. So
That's so funny. It must be the smallest hat ever not to fit on your head.
yeah, I mean, imagine that,
Mhm.
right? It looks like I should have suspenders.
It's so different between me and you. Literally, the Allen brothers gave me a hat that I can't wear
Yeah.
because my head's too big. And I've never seen a hat be too small for you to put on.
Right. But it's not.
That's funny.
Lindsay said I look like the little guy off Sugarland that plays that little instrument that's like this long. You got Jennifer Nettles, then you got Christian, the other guy that
Yeah.
has a little flipped up.
Uh-huh. That's do you want to take a break and fix that, or you got it?
I'll just keep going. I'm taking a break.
Yeah. This is the technical guy
There.
has failed again.
I don't want to hold it like a penis the whole entire
Well,
show.
I didn't know. I thought you might be having some open mic flashbacks there. I didn't know what was going on.
Let me just hold it like this. Let me cuff it. Cup it. Cup or cuff?
Well,
Cup.
the balls.
Yeah.
You got to cup them.
That's the phrase I was looking for.
Yeah.
Cup 'em
Yeah.
with a P.
Yeah. No F.
Mm-mm.
I mean, some people will cuff them. They put a cuff around them.
It's called a something ring, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the show.
Let's talk about it, man.
I was excited. I come down, got the fire going, what have you.
Mhm.
Went home and was going to go get those stools,
Yeah.
get my wife, come back. And I broke down on the side of the road for 3 hours.
Can't crotch right. These jeans. So you still don't know what's wrong with your truck?
No, I do. I do know what's wrong with the truck. So Thursday, I had a new fuel pump put in the truck. And my truck has told me that I had half a tank of gas left.
Yeah.
I just believed it. Lo and behold, I just believed it, right?
Well, makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't. I had no gas in it. So I called somebody to come tow me. They towed me back to Gainesboro. I dropped it off. My dad was there to pick me up. Going to take me back to the house. I was just going to leave it there and let them work on it Monday, right?
Yeah.
I thought, man, I would be pissed if I sat down here, if my truck was gone all weekend and all it needed was some gas in it. So I went down to the store, bought a gas can, 5 gallon of gas, took it back up there, put it in it, cranked it one time, cranked it right up. Drove it down there, filled it up. Sure enough, put 23 gallons worth in it, so it was bone dry. Called the guy who put it in Monday. He said, you know, they have a little sticker on them that holds the float so that it don't bounce around in transport whenever you ship them. He said, I cannot remember for the life of me taking that sticker off of it. And I believe whenever I put that in, there was somebody standing there talking to me. I believe that's your problem. You've got a sticker holding your float on. I said, no, my problem is.
I got a mechanic that forgot to take a sticker off.
Yeah, my problem is that you let somebody distract you while you was putting my fuel pump in, and it cost me $100. But that's all right. I've made mistakes too. We'll get past it. So he took my sticker off.
I know some dope heads up the road who put some sugar in his gas tank for about $25.
No, he's a good guy.
Is he?
Yeah, he is. He
Do
just
I know him?
got talking. Yeah, probably. I ain't gonna say his name right now
How am I gonna know if I know him if you don't tell me his name?
because I'll tell you whenever this ain't rolling.
We never remember that after the show.
Then we just won't remember it.
Tell me his name.
Because I'm gonna write it down and you're gonna say
I'm
it.
gonna tell you, tough guy. You ever
You're gonna-
replace my fuel pump? You better take that damn sticker off, or I'm putting sugar in your gas tank. Every vehicle you own, your wife's, your daughter's. You got a wife and daughter?
I don't know.
I'll find somebody in his family that's got a vehicle and put sugar in his gas tank.
That would be inappropriate.
Well, so's let somebody get you distracted and taking a damn sticker off when you're doing your job.
But I made it back
Hey, that's
prior
the wrong thing.
to the show starting, which I didn't expect. I expected you to fully to be in the midst of Matt Mayberry singing by the time I got back.
Well, we were getting you started, hadn't we? Hadn't you
Made
started?
it there just in time.
Yeah.
About 5 minutes after I got there, we was kicking it off.
You don't notice, I get a little nervous at shows like that.
You wasn't bad. I didn't
Well,
think
I
you
hide it well then.
were. Yeah.
I couldn't stay talking to anybody for long at all. I got a politic, as Thad told me. I got to get around and talk to everybody.
So I don't think that's any different. The way you were
No.
acting wasn't any different than the way you normally act.
I just try to get around to everybody that bought a ticket. Try
Yeah.
to tell them appreciate it.
Yeah,
For,
pat them on the back.
coming out.
Tell them thanks.
I did appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know what was weird about it though? Really, we had. I looked at the list the next day. They don't hit me automatically
Right.
off, and
There's about 25 people that didn't show up that had already paid, or 17, whatever it was.
yeah, there was a bunch. I mean, and I didn't even notice it till we got started. The Allens I noticed that they
Yeah.
weren't there, and Blake was like, "Well, Slim," and I thought they were just running late.
Yeah.
I was there eating my plate, and Blake said, "Man, Caleb and Slim, neither one are gonna make it." So I'm gonna start letting Slim's wife just plan these for us, so she'll know. Look, Slim's wife. I won't say your name on air to
Yeah.
embarrass you, but I don't think I'm breaking any doing any mysteries here. And I'm saying Slim's wife, but Kendra. So when next time we plan an event, I'll give you. I'll give you.
Don't buy tickets to something else.
I'll give you the first one. All right, Willie Nelson tribute concert. I get it. That's a once in a lifetime deal. Plenty of artists. Blah blah blah. Excuse you found somebody to take tickets. Now we have had this plan for 2 months, and y'all gonna go to the aquarium on the day of the event. The aquarium ain't going nowhere.
The fish. You went to look
A
at
damn
fish.
You know where I've always got bored out of my
Ooh,
mind
look at
going?
that. That's bigger than a goldfish.
You know where I've always got bored out of my mind?
The aquarium.
Aquariums. After like 20 minutes, you're like, all right, well.
There's a bunch of fish.
There's a lot
Look
of
at the size of
here.
that fish.
Oh, hey, look at this fish.
That fish is flat.
Look at this purple one over here.
That fish looks like a torpedo.
There's a shark.
There's another fish.
Hey, we're in an aquarium.
And you know what them fish are saying? Look at these people in the damn aquarium all the time.
You know, why are they there when in Gainesboro, Tennessee, we got Jason, Eady, and Courtney Patton tearing the MF and house down?
Oh, and did they ever?
Woo!
I don't want to skip past Matt Mayberry yet, though.
No, Matt. Tell him about Matt. I was
was
in and out.
really impressed with Matt. Like his performance from, he played at the park, and then he played down here in the podcast studio one night, and then he played at the show, and there was definite progression. Like his nerves, which he was still nervous. He come up, when I was talking to him, he said he was still really nervous, but it didn't show. It didn't come out the same. It wasn't the same nervous energy as it was the last time. because like the first 2 times I saw him play, his nerves come through his voice.
Yeah.
This time he didn't. You know, he may have been nervous, but his voice is still spot on. You know, he was really good. And I told him after the show, I said, I'm not just rubbing your ass or anything. I said, but you've gotten a lot better. And I said, and it really shows all the time that you put in since the last time you played for us. It's really noticeable. You did a really good job. And, you know, he was pretty thankful for that. And he was thankful for the opportunity to see those other guys. But, you know, and I wasn't just telling him that to just be telling him, you know, it was really noticeable. I thought he did a really good job.
We started off the show with Chris Knight's "It Ain't Easy Being Me." So if you want to get brownie points with me, you sing one of my top 10 favorite songs of all time. So he had me from there. Then he did some originals. Then he played what was the Hank Jr. song he sung? I just headed to the back.
Couldn't tell you.
Man, I couldn't either, and that's why I'm waiting to get the video back and more on that. But right as I was going out to the crowd, Lindsay said, "Hey, Courtney's looking for you. Jason wants to take a shot." So I missed a lot of Matt's set because I was back taking shots of whiskey with Jason, just pregame ritual, I guess. So so sorry, Matt. I did hear, like I said, in and out. The first couple songs he sung, I was eating my ribs with Blake. Yeah, and breaking the news about the Allens not showing up. But I agree, man. He seems like he's more comfortable, and all it is opportunities like that. Yeah, and you know.
Well, hopefully he'll sign on for the next one too. We'll get him back up there.
Well, we got to start negotiating this next park day, whatever you want to call it. Not necessarily in the park, but get a lot of these local guys for an all day event again. Yeah. Oh, there's been a lot of talk about that.
Yeah, maybe a different venue this time, but another situation.
Yeah. So those will definitely be then.
And then, as always, Brother Rain's coming in hot.
Yeah. He got to play Someday Rose. He said he didn't even think about it last time, so he played Someday Rose, and of course he ended the show. And another time I was back in the back with Jason. I tried to, and I actually, because it was different. Andrew last time, Andrew kind of mingled in the crowd, and Jason and Courtney did mingle more so than Jason, but for the most part, Jason said he wanted to stay in the back, which is what I figured Andrew would do last time. Right. And I tried to give him space and peace. I didn't want to bother him, but every time I'd go in and check with him, or Nick wanted to take some photos. Yeah. And so we were in there, and I heard it, and he was actually telling us a pretty funny story. During the while Chris was up there, and I knew Chris was getting to a song that I'd requested for a month straight, and I obviously didn't want to cut Jason short because I was enjoying the story. Then I heard him say, "Where's DK at?" And I thought, "Damn, he's about to play this song." Yeah. So we ended up scaring out of there, but yeah, they did great. At they really brought them. I mean, the sound was amazing.
Oh yeah, the setup was so much better. Like Kara said that he brought 4 speakers instead of 2, and for whatever that means, he brought 2 stacks or 4 stacks, I guess. But boy, the sound was really good. The setup was beautiful. He brought in a backdrop, a big red backdrop that looked like curtains, and they turned the lights down and had the red and blue lights up there playing around, and it looked like a show.
Yeah, and that's like I said.
Brad come out playing the electric bass.
Yeah, I can't wait to get the video and sit down and watch it all, because I didn't get to take it all in from
during the moment
on the promoting side of it, know. And but yeah, I talked to Jason last week. He said, he's your sound guy. And I said, let me link y'all up. I said, dude, that's foreign to me. Have no idea. I said, let me give you Chris's. He said, well, just give Chris my number and we'll talk. And so and I told all I told Chris was, I said, let's get better sound. I said, let's get a backdrop if you can bring something put over the wall to hide the wall, basically. I mean, another way to say it. So he's like, yeah, I can. Jason and Courtney, they both bragged on that backdrop, that curtain look. It was really cool. Now, we hadn't planned on turning the lights down, but when Jason asked about the light situation prior to the show, I flipped them and I said they're all on one switch or on different switches. Mm-hmm. But I'm worried about it from my investment standpoint. It looked great from a show standpoint. Yeah,
Nick said that it was pretty dark for pictures.
Yeah, but I mean, I took two or three decent ones with my iPhone. Everybody knows iPhones are notorious for having terrible
pictures. Yeah.
So I'm thinking Nick's camera, he surely got enough to,
I seen him up there. He was
working.
He was working. He was taking some of those lights that Chris had playing in the floor and readjusting them to take pictures and stuff up there. So
yeah, and Brad was like, dude, we have like 10,000 more lights. You could have told me you're going to turn the lights off. I said, I just figured it out about 45 minutes ago. We were going to turn the lights off, so I wasn't planned. But yeah, they really they stepped up, and golly, I don't know. I told Chris, and some more news we're about to work on here in a second. I said, you keep booking yourself everywhere. I'm gonna run out of weekends I can use you guys because they're already at Hard Rock,
yeah,
and they're already here and there. So, and like I said, we're gonna talk about their next move here in a minute. But yeah, just awesome job by them. I always feel like a broken record when I'm up there, and it's just, I mean, what else do you say, man?
You run out of things to say. You try to say it over a different way, but
that's because they don't take any credit for anything. You try to ask.
Well, Brad sure as hell ain't taking any credit for anything.
No,
he ain't taking credit for anything. You can sit there and pat him on the back, and he'll turn around and leave on you. And Chris
will laugh.
You'll tell him something, he'll just yeah, right, yeah.
I mean, that's I don't know how else to say it. Like you said, we reword it and we say it again, and then everybody knows our history with them and what they've done for us. But shit, it never feels like it's enough.
Right.
It doesn't. It never feels like it's enough. Of patting on the back of Chris and Brad. They're the best. Like I said in my social media post, they're the best. I just don't know what else to say about them. They helped us out.
Mm-hmm.
They probably work under value. I need,
right.
I need to pay them more than what we pay them, even,
mm-hmm.
and whatever. But then it came to the main event, so to speak, the headliners,
mm-hmm.
the showstoppers.
Yeah, and boy, they did.
Like Shawn Michaels here.
I really liked how I'd never seen them in person. You said Did you say you had seen them in person?
No,
or you just saw a video of them?
That was my first time meeting Courtney, seeing Courtney, anything. I've just seen videos of them.
Yeah. So Jason would play one, then Courtney would play one, Jason would play one, Courtney would play one. And, they'd back each other up a little bit. Gosh, you could just see the time that they put in together, like just coming in. Jason comes in real soft on her where she's playing, and she hits those just crazy notes whenever she needs to back him up too. And man, when she would sing, it would just quieten everything down. There wasn't any chaos this time in and around, but even if somebody was talking a little bit, when she'd start singing, the whole place would just go quiet. There'd be a lull in the song or something, and you could just literally hear a pin drop in that place. It was amazing.
It was, and I don't know what the difference was. I knew we had somewhat of a more reserved crowd. I knew some of the people that sold tickets was like, well, they're not partiers,
right?
They're not wild and everything, and everybody was great, but it was just like they just grabbed the crowd attention right off the bat. They kept it. They kept it from they kicked off with "Man on a Mountain," and they from the whole show. And what I feel like is they loved it just as much as the crowd loved it because they were getting. I mean, from the first song, they got a pretty much just loud ovation,
and it lasted the entire time. Every song that they sang. And when Jason was up there singing "Why I Left Atlanta," he actually come away from the microphone once, and just let them sing back to him. And he just smiled the whole time. He was just getting love back from the crowd.
Which was awesome, and it surprised me of all the songs that he has. Now that's one of his bigger. Now that's the one we played on the first interview,
right?
So maybe that was the reason. Maybe that is one of his hits, I guess you'd say. But I really thought it would be like maybe "Lonesome Down and Out" or "AM Country Heaven."
Right.
Of course, those aren't really sing-alongs as much. Well, I mean, "Lonesome Down and Out" could be, but I don't know. I was a little surprised that many people knew
Why I Left Atlanta.
But I thought it was great.
It's like the entire crowd knew it.
And I don't know if that was words a little bit later in the show. Maybe people was feeling a little bit better than maybe first the show. Everybody, because everybody got a little more loose as the night went on. That was partaking in that kind of stuff. And when it was his time to play, and I asked him, I said, I never even asked him when we was negotiating.
Yeah.
The whole time I got there, I was like, "Oh yeah, how long y'all playing?" They said, "I don't know. I figured hour and a half, 2 hours." I said, "Yeah, good with me." And so we'll just base it off the crowd, and that's all he said. And that's what was so beautiful about the whole setup is they didn't have anything planned. When it's just Jason on the road, a lot of times he'll have to play. Maybe he'll have to push the whole record.
Right.
And this time it was they started off with a duet, but then Courtney started and Jason, blah blah blah. Went back and forth, and you can play whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time that they got into it, and he was like, "Is anybody ready to go home? You want to stay for a while?"
And even they got done the one time we got up there, and as I was walking past, Courtney said, "We'll keep playing if they want us to." And I thought, well, I guarantee you they want you to keep playing.
Yeah.
And as soon as I said something to the crowd, they was like, "Oh yeah," And I thought, yeah, just come back, just come back and start playing.
You know where I dropped the ball at? They probably thought they were gonna get tip money. No, because I told them that's what happened in Andrew. Everybody
Right.
kind of got rowdy, but I don't think that was a factor. I'm just kidding about that. But God bless them for playing longer. And like you said, the crowd did go nuts. And then they're like, "Well, can we take a pee break?" I'm like, "Oh, let them pee. You stayed here with 11 o'clock till Andrew. Well, they're gonna keep playing." And some of the standout moments for me was Lonesome Down and Out and
Now, what did they start off with? Because
Man on the Mountain.
I had to leave and I didn't get to see them start.
Man on the Mountain was the first song.
Okay.
Well,
that's probably 2 or 3 in by the time I got back.
I thought you left like kind of farther on down in it.
No, I left while Chris was still playing, or had just gotten done. Went to Gainesboro.
Oh, you didn't do the introduction with me, did you?
No, you had to do it the whole by yourself.
That's right.
So I didn't get to see the first little bit there.
Yeah.
I had to plunge a sink and wipe piss out of a floor.
That woman's bathroom needs to step its game up, don't it?
It really does. It really does.
2 events in a row.
You know what didn't help? The plunger. Plunger didn't help any. You know what it did? Just smashed piss water out on the floor.
Well,
anyway,
we'll keep talking about the performance instead of
Yeah.
women being nasty. But I'll tell you what, the fun part for me was when he started covering everything. My 78-year-old grandpa was there, and if you hadn't been able to notice, you can't tell a reaction about my dad and grandpa.
I would say I could tell they were real excited.
I know.
Both of them.
I know.
I looked at them 2 or 3 times.
They both looked miserable. But every time a song ended, my dad would go. And I was like, okay. So,
maybe he's happy. I don't know.
I said, okay, you gave him the greatest Christmas present ever, and he'll go like that. And it's the same way with my grandpa. People, and I get it more as I get older. Like our HR lady at work is always like, "You look so mad about."
I don't want to be here.
No, I know it's not that. I'm just like, I get it from my daddy. I can't help it. I just, even when I'm in a good mood, I just don't always look like I'm in a good mood, you know. But but I asked him. Well, I'm getting too far ahead of myself. He's the biggest George Jones fan ever.
Mm-hmm.
So when Courtney did the George Jones song, and Jason said, "Well, I can do George Jones too," and because they told me they were going to play like when they get real loose, they have like a hag round they do.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, Haggard would be good.
Yeah.
But then they traded that for George Jones, which is even better because George is one of my favorites. And so He Stopped Loving Her Today. You got to be really damn good to even attempt that song.
Oh, yeah.
Much less to kill it like he did in a good way, of course.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Then he did When You Say Nothing at All. Then she played the Judds.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I was just like.
Oh, she about brought the house down with the ladies whenever the Judds came on. That was.
The ladies, hell, I moved up 15 feet. I hightailed it up. Man, you can't beat the Judds.
Mm-hmm.
And then she played the Led Zeppelin song that was
Ramble On.
Like,
yeah. Yeah, she played Ramble On. And I talked to her about it afterwards. She said she had only ever played that one other time, and it's on YouTube. So somebody had been watching her YouTube videos and found
it was Steve's table that requested it, I think.
Oh, really? Steve Carey. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She said whoever it was has been digging pretty deep into the catalog to have found that video. She said that was a long time ago.
Yeah, I was about to say, because I'd never seen it, but man, that was
oh yeah.
Awesome. Dawn was sitting there going, God,
yeah,
DK, God, God, and finally, like Dawn was sitting there recording. I was like, hey, dude, I'll get you a DVD if you want one.
Right.
He was sitting there with his phone the whole time. I was like, I'll get you a DVD. You can put that. And let's see, and then she done and one of my coworkers, Tammy, they brought her like Jason sung a song that brought her to tears, and when she sung about the
about her sister,
sister, Tammy brought her to tears again.
Yeah,
powerful show, man. I'm telling you,
powerful show.
Goodness gracious,
when Courtney sung about her sister, I'm cold blooded.
Yeah, you're an asshole.
When she sung about her sister, I was back there like, this is gonna get me. She's gonna wind up getting me before this song is over. Did a little.
Yeah.
I got a little one coming down.
Yeah.
But my poor wife was boo-hooing.
Yeah, and and I felt really bad after the fact because I joke and say stuff out of just being me.
Right.
Turned up to 11 sometimes, and when I didn't know the story.
Right.
I've listened to a lot of her music. But I didn't know the story behind what happened to her sister. Now apparently she was killed by a drunk driver.
Yeah.
And we were on the way down there on the detour road.
Uh-huh.
Jason kind of said he's like, man, this is a curvy road, blah blah blah. And I was like, it's one of those beer drinking roads. You know, I said, there's a road where I live. You know, you can, you know, it's you know, you can drink beer and never cross a main road. I said,
Right.
you know, you're drinking. I said, you know, if you're into, you know, drinking
Into that,
beer
yeah.
and you know, just said it in jest.
Yeah, right.
Just, I mean, you know, going on, and then to find out what the song was about, I was like, oh my goodness. And I'd love to tell Courtney, I was just like, look, sorry, and that
Right.
probably hit you while she's sitting in the back seat. I'm probably thinking, God, what a jerk, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe, maybe not, but I know once I found out the story, I was like, oh, I felt like about this tall,
Yeah.
you know. Anyway.
But she's you know, pretty understanding and, you know, pretty level headed. She probably just took
Yeah.
it.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
so. Maybe I'm thinking, but
Yeah.
anyway, if she's listening, like,
I'm sorry.
apologize. You know, I seriously,
Yeah.
after I heard it, I was like, God, what an ass, you know. But
You know, and she is so personable too. Courtney is. Obviously, Jason is fantastic, and that went really well. And I went back there, and you know, we talked to him for a few minutes, and then I left, and I went up there and I sat beside of Kara, and she said, "Where have you been?" And I said, "Back there talking to Jason and Courtney," and she gave me "Oh, you got to meet them." I went, "Yeah," and you didn't. I apologize. Let's go back. Let's go back here again.
yeah,
And I knocked on the door and opened it up, and I said, "I just got to apologize. I'm a horrible husband. This is my wife." You know, and she introduced herself, and they sat there and talked. You know, and Courtney shook her hand, and you know, really, you know, was really listening to what she had to say, and this and that. And like, what, 2.5, 3 hours later, she said, you know, something, Kara, blah blah blah. You know, the whole
Yeah.
story, and it's like, damn, you talked to her for like 3 minutes. That's how did that?
I heard her dropping a lot of names down there that night.
She caught stories from Don.
Yeah, she kept saying Don's name.
Yeah, well, she caught stories from him, and then caught a story from him from somebody else. And after the show, he was standing up there at the booth talking to her, and she said, "So, tell me about this. You didn't tell me this when we was talking earlier." He goes, "How in the hell did you find out about that?" You know,
And she was talking about the water line at Bristol and Johnson City and all that.
Yeah.
And she brought it up on stage.
yeah. And then, you know, I told her that story about me getting called Curtis everywhere. It was, you know, she said, you know, what's blah blah blah. After the show, she said, "Thanks, Curtis." You know, and then as I walked off, I was like, you know, she's just so
Yeah.
personable. It's just, it
She
was,
was.
really, really cool.
Yeah, I mean, first thing when I picked them up, we got them in the room in Cookville there, and Jason texted and said, "Hey man, they're not letting us check in because it's not."
It's
I
under
said,
your name.
I said, "No, I put it in his name."
Oh,
But I had to be there where I booked it, which is a
Oh.
good thing. I was going
was
to
it
pick
going
'em
that way?
up.
Yeah.
Going to pick him up, and first thing, you know, he got up and he shook my hand, and Courtney gives me a handshake, and "Hi, I'm Courtney," and we just talked the whole way. So
Yeah.
I told him I never had this trouble at any Holiday Inn Express that I've ever been to, and I give him a wink,
Uh
and the guy didn't find it as funny.
huh.
I'll say, man, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm correct. Yeah. So
Hey,
yeah.
Jason is one of the most laid back people I've ever met too.
Yeah,
Just kind of let it roll off his shoulder.
he is.
I mean,
He's
just
so
yeah. Yeah.
so laid back. I got to introduce him to some old Hank Jr. 'Cause
Really?
I asked him at the end of the night. I said, "Do you play Hank?" I said, "Never really." I said, last time down here we had our Hank and Waylon guy.
Right.
And I said, "You're more geared towards Merle Haggard, George Jones." He goes, "Yeah, I play some Hank." And I was like, before I even got to ask him what he plays, because we were about to drop him back off at the hotel after the show, and I said, "You ever heard "Feeling Better"?" I said, "It's probably my favorite Hank Jr. song. It's like 1974, 75 off the New South record." He's like, "Never heard of the New South." I gave him my phone back there, this little 30-second clip, and they're like, "Damn, it is good."
Yeah.
Uh,
And that's something you introduced somebody that sat into music to some music he'd never heard of.
yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how big of a Hank fan he really
Right.
he is, but he can sing the hell out of some Keith Whitley and George Jones.
Oh man, yeah.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he blew it away. You know, this is something I brought up when we went and saw Cody Jinks. Whoever does their sound, their records are fantastic. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Listening to them, the records are fantastic. They are so much better in person than
Yeah.
what they come across on a CD that it is ridiculous.
I
don't get it. I don't understand what it is.
I don't know. You say that, yeah.
Yeah.
I just I don't know. I just thought it was the other night was awesome.
Yeah, it was really good.
I don't know it, but of course now I own all of Jason's albums and have listened to them.
Yeah.
Bought all of the vinyls he had the other night. Courtney at first she was like, "I'm not taking your money." you know, like I said, give me both your new albums on vinyl. And of course, I was giving her crap. She was packing up. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, I took pictures of everybody that walked through the line, or I tried to get a picture of most people that
Yeah.
walked through the line. So I didn't buy anything while they were setting up. And if I wasn't the first one up there, I was like, well, I'll just get at the end of the night.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got to talking to somebody else or couldn't get away from somebody.
And they were already packing
And
up.
I was like, Courtney, what are you doing? I
Mhm.
said, you're going to pack it up without any dude. I said, yeah. I said, now give me both your new records on vinyl. And he goes, I'm not taking your money. I was like, Courtney, yes. She goes, no, you've done enough, you know. And I was like, no, obviously, I'm going to not. So she was just trying to be, I mean,
Yeah.
she's here to make money, and she was going to be so sweet to
Yeah.
give me to. So I was like, if I put enough stuff up there, you'll have to charge me.
So just get piling stuff
I
up.
did. I got a hat of hers and a shirt of his and another. I was like, well, you know, if you're give me another vinyl, give me the self-titled vinyl. So and I'll tell you another thing that I didn't know happened that night that I saw on social media later. One of our listeners, Carrie Webb from Salina, she she'd got turned on to them, I guess, through the show.
Yeah.
And she had made the Andrew Pope show also. I seen her after it was over. Her and
I went outside to.
they went to the back to the dressing room.
Yeah.
And dressing room.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's our dressing room though.
Yeah.
And I guess she was one of the first songs she had found.
Uh-huh.
And Courtney sit there and let somebody. I guess her husband recorded the video.
Uh-huh.
And she played it to her, man.
Yeah.
Like closer to me and you.
You know,
how freaking cool is that?
You know what? You talking about being personable. We were standing up there, and Courtney was talking to a group of people, and she was standing over there, and she said, honey, I apologize. She said, as soon as this line is done, she said, I ain't forgot about you. She said, we'll go back there and I'll play it for you.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Awesome.
And, they just stood over there to the side. She must have asked her earlier. She may have been one of the first ones to come through the line or whatever.
Yeah.
Courtney said, I ain't forgot about you. I'm going to play it just as soon as this line gets down. And whenever I left, I left about 15 after 11. They went with the guitar going to play it,
They did well with their merch. I hope they did well with their merch. They used their card reader and they didn't know. We had Chris make them those posters up, and prior to that, they're like, "Well, you just put them on your merch table." I was like, "We're giving our stuff away,
yeah, right.
So let's don't do that."
Yeah,
I said, "Let's put them on your table." I said, "Nobody's going to go to the One Lane Road podcast free T-shirt and koozie table looking for y'all's posters."
Right.
I said, "It makes sense to be with y'all's stuff." So they said, "What do you want? How do you want to sell them?" I said, "Well, y'all sign them, and we'll sell them.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just y'all sign them." And they said, "Well, we'll split it with you." I'm like, "Look,
yeah,
just do it. Just y'all do it.
Yeah.
I have nothing to do with it." So and they sold well. They sold real well. I wish we'd have done more with Andrew. We done the ones. I think I made 5.
Yeah.
5 or 6 and me and you both got one.
Yeah.
JB's and.
Yeah. I got one over there.
Oh, I thought I said something I was supposed to say.
No.
I thought I made a gesture to the camera or something I was supposed to make. Okay, good.
No.
Then we give 2 away. I didn't want to. I feel like if we're already selling tickets and we're selling barbecue, I'm like, oh yeah, well take this poster too. Damn it, we're gonna purge you to death while we're here.
Yeah.
But this time I thought, let's just do it because I know I love collecting those show posters.
Yeah.
So they did well with those. I know we had a couple left over, and Carrie's gonna get one. She messaged me. I think we had 1 left.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give her that one.
Well, they really enjoyed it too. Steve and Carrie, their table really, really enjoyed it. You mean Carrie Webb, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
shout out other Carrie.
Yeah.
Laugry.
Yeah.
Is that last name right?
You did. You got it good. Yeah, they really enjoyed it too. I thought you meant her. I thought, well, that was interesting.
So
well, good job, man. Good job, buddy. You did good. You did good getting it all together.
Well,
pulling the show together.
It's like I said, it's not without much help. You came down and helped. Your moral support the whole time. I was a little scared to take it on. Be honest with you, but because that was the goal for the show was to get a really good talent in here to follow Andrew, but I wanted to keep the ticket price pretty close to the same.
Yeah.
And I was able to just only go up $2.
Yeah.
And I thought we did well with it. And but like I said, without this, I got a list here. Obviously, Courtney and Jason for coming.
Right.
And I'm sure they play a lot of cool venues. They played a really cool venue in Newport, Kentucky, the very next night, a historic looking venue. They play a lot of cool shows. And not to downgrade where we had it at, but a lot of people keep telling me, I can't believe you got them to come to Jackson County.
Right.
And for every 9 people that think it's cool, of course, there's going to be the one person that's going to be like, well, why are we allowing this to go on these shows? Here's my argument to that. We're bringing a lot of people.
Yeah, into the county.
A lot of people.
Let's not give them any publicity.
No,
Let's not even talk about them.
No. I just hope that.
Yeah.
I hope everybody appreciates what is being brought in.
Yeah.
It's that is a cool show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't make me shush you. People don't like that.
Yeah, I know they don't. Yeah.
But anyway, no. Glad Courtney and Jason were able to come to a little small community like ours.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Also, like I said, we thank the musician Chris and Brad, Matt,
JB's. Can't thank them enough. What they do, they come in, they rearrange the place. Jeanette rearranged it right there at the beginning, and I think she did a good job too. I didn't. Whenever I got back, after I went and broke down, I come back and everything was turned around, and I thought, I don't quite get it.
I had the pews in front, the chairs in the back, and she flipped them.
Yeah, and I didn't think it made any sense, but it did. It wound up working.
She did good.
And
it's like a classroom though. Nobody wants to sit in the front.
Yeah,
nobody wants to sit in the front.
And I don't know. It's if I was sitting in the crowd, I would want to be up front. I'd want to be right up in the middle of it. But
yeah.
Some
of the biggest Hellraisers was in the back, though. The ones that enjoyed the show the most. There was a couple, and I won't mention their names because I don't know if they'd want me to. But they came and they loved Jason Eady and Courtney Patton, just like they love Chris Knight, Cody Canada, and all the same artists. And, I'm sitting in there at her work, and I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to give it away. But I go to her.
Place of work.
I go to her place of work for work done.
Yeah.
And she's like, I can't believe you got them coming. That's two of our favorite artists, mine and my husband. She had the best time. He had a good time. They thanked me. They're like, thank you so much. I'm like, don't thank me. I was like, I just I thank them because they're the talent here. Right. I was lucky enough to con them into coming. Don't thank me. And JB's, you know what? I want to get a little. I got a bone to pick with some people.
Yeah.
Now, if you're coming to an event and you've had this plan for 2 months,
right,
and you know that since
you came to the last one, right? Let's just say, for instance, if you did come to the last one, and you knew we were going to have the best barbecue in the state, right? And it's going to be there again. What are you going to do prior to the show? Like, say 2 hours before you come to the show, what are you going to do?
You're gonna not eat.
I'm not going to.
Not going to eat. And even if you didn't come to the last show, you listen to the podcast for 2 months straight, and you know we've put this barbecue over like nobody's business.
Yeah.
And I know it's good barbecue. Everybody knows it's good barbecue.
I ate their damn beans for a week.
Yeah. So I'll tell you what I done. When I went and got Jason and Courtney at 3 o'clock, I bought me a little pack of crackers.
Yeah. Something tied you over.
Mm-hmm.
Get you to the show.
But when you call somebody, your ass better call. And I call somebody. I say, brother, what are you doing? We're about to head to Cosmos.
What are you doing at Cosmos?
I said, you just going to do a little pre-game drinking?
Yeah.
He goes, nah, brother, we're going to eat. I said, now we got barbecue, man.
Yeah.
Well, hellfire, I can't afford that $12 barbecue. Shit. I said, I guess they got a combo. They got a dollar
menu.
They
got that $5.99 combo at Cosmos.
So I bet.
They didn't whenever I was in Cookeville.
You know what I used to do when I worked night shift? I got off at 2:30. Me and Gary Dunham would race each other down Willow to get there at 2:45. See who could pound the most beer between 2:45 and 3 when they cut it off. Then we'd eat food. The food was never below $10 in 2005.
And you know what? It's not. No shade at Cosmos.
I love Cosmos.
It's not as good as JB's.
No, and it's not as cheap.
No.
$12, you get to pick one meat, 2 sides, your
ribs,
drink.
Chicken. I'm going blank on what the other one was.
Ribs, chicken, and pork chop.
Yeah, pork chops. Pork chops this thick, too.
Bet your ass. Look at me. You're looking at me.
Right here.
You're looking in the eyes. I know your little beady eyes. You look on YouTube. I'm sure you don't have YouTube Premium because he'd have to pay for it. But you know damn well Cosmos was more expensive than JB's barbecue. So you tight ass, and all you tight asses that come here and you're eating McDonald's, you're eating a ham sandwich before, you bringing your own cold drinks. All right? We ain't charging $14. We ain't charging $11. We ain't charging $8.50. We ain't charging $1.50. We ain't got a silver container on the floor saying donations with a red cup. Yeah, greedy some bitches. Goodness gracious, $12.
What the hell are you doing?
What
the hell are you doing?
Cosmos. Cosmos. How much you spend on beer when you was at Cosmos? What?
I bet it was
How much-
$13 at least.
Your fiance, if you had one, not calling anybody out here. But I'm just saying, you're probably eating for two. It's whatever. But next time, old buddy from formerly Jackson County on down the road now, one of my good friends, love him to death. My doppelganger, my little bro. Next time, eat the damn $12 barbecue. Jesus H. Christ.
I don't know what to tell you.
Eat the damn barbecue. Everybody that comes, don't wait. And you know what? I'm glad they did.
You're dressing better.
Yeah, you look
Eat better food. Just eat better food.
You know what I'm glad JB's didn't do is give out them to-go plates like last time, because a lot of cats waited till the food was not
For
being
free,
charged
yeah.
for, then they got the plates.
That may have been what people was doing, sitting around waiting, say they're going to give it away at the end.
Good for JB for not doing that.
Yeah.
All I can tell you is the damn truth and tell you it's the best barbecue that I've had like that around. And so just, man, all seriousness, I am being serious.
I was like, I think all that was serious.
Yeah, I mean, I'm giving that guy crap
Yeah.
because he's my buddy.
Yeah.
But I mean, really, come on, guys. If you're going to come to an event, just you know,
Come to the
you can
event.
eat, you can eat Cosmos anytime. It ain't going nowhere. So thank you, Barry and Jeanette, again for supporting
And all the
us.
people that they had working with them. There's people running around everywhere
Yeah,
down
yeah,
there.
2 or 3 down there.
Yeah.
So
And the cat that did the video too.
man, he's a talented kid. Man.
Yeah, he was.
Talented kid.
He did some good work there. He is well prepared. You know, had a nice Rode microphone and a stand and
Yeah.
real nice Rode bullet mic there, and had his iPad linked to his phone and
Oh, he's
was taking
unbelievable.
video and all this stuff. I was afraid we kept him out past his bedtime.
Well, and I compensated him for that.
Well, good.
Because he kept asking. He asked, hey, man, when are they getting done? I was like, buddy, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I had no
can't tell you.
idea. Idea the crowd was going to be hot for them. They're going to keep playing.
Yeah.
But if you can, if there's no
If there's
way,
any way you can
I
stay,
said, I will take care of you. So
Mhm.
I did take care of him. Then Big Nick Grace rolling in Hermitage Springs via Nashville. Via Nashville via Hermitage Springs. Which one is it?
Nashville via Hermitage Springs.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm still a little fired up, Lucas.
Yeah.
That gum. I knew what I was
Just
trying
take
to
the
say.
damn barbecue.
It's $12. $12. You tightwad. So it's a big shout out to Nick Grace. I'm sorry, but said I didn't help Nick's case by turning the lights off. But show production wise, you know what? That's on me. If he gives me a bunch of shitty pictures,
I would say he gives
that's
you
on me.
200 dark black pictures. That's your fault.
That's on me, man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
But everything else was good. So
yeah, I'm not gonna get out here and dog Nick Grace
yeah.
for what I think is not a good job, because I got there and be like, oh, surprise! By the way, we're
we
turning
turn the lights out,
off. So make it work.
and you can't use your flash. So
Make it work,
Yeah.
ass. But it's always cool, and I know
he's another one of the most easygoing guys around too, man. He's just okay, whatever.
you know what he wasn't on the basketball court when he's in high school.
What?
Easy going.
Really, I didn't remember him playing.
I barely do. I remember going to some games, but it was a long day at work, and so he got a lot of technical fouls.
Did he?
But no, he's pretty easygoing guy now.
Yeah.
I think it was cool for him because he got to see Fraley and Jada and
Yeah.
Don Asbury and a lot of people in
His
Hermitage
sister.
Springs.
I don't know how often
Yeah.
he sees his sister.
Yeah. I was like, oh, by the way, your youngest sister.
Yeah.
I said, did she know that
You're here.
you're here? And, so he was like, yeah, I kind of surprised her, and I was like, oh, was she like, oh, where'd you come from? So thanks to them.
Well, he walked out. He come by and shook my hand, said thanks, and a good show and this and that. I'm going to the house. Shook his hand, said, man, it's good to see you again. He walked out and he turned around and popped right back in, had this big smile on his face, said, I ought to tell my sister I'm leaving. And walked over there. Just saying her back out.
Also, we'll do a little promoting for her a little bit later, but Kayla Chaffin from the realty firm,
Yeah.
also a school teacher, Dawson's Branch, but a friend of mine, she helped sponsor it, the other night. She's been on me about it because we've had, sponsorships here
Yeah.
recently, and she said, what can I do to help the show? She said, anybody that's trying to do something good for Jackson County, I'm all in.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I mean, I don't know. Here's the bar everybody's setting.
Right.
What can you do?
Yeah.
I said, you don't have to do anything. I much appreciate it,
Yeah.
whatever you do. And I said, break out Zolly's money, baby. It's her daddy. And, so anyway, that's Kayla Chaffin, realty firm. Kayla will do some stuff for you
Yeah.
in the upcoming weeks. Her number on any of her ads, she'll send me some stuff. I told her to send me some stuff. 931-239-2206. She's all over the Upper Cumberland, Gainesboro, Cookeville.
She's on a billboard down there in Jackson County too. So
she's on. I seen her on one on West Jackson.
Maybe that's where I seen it at.
Or no. I seen her on the one. There's one in past the truck stop and on 111 going towards Sparta too.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not saying she's not on multiples.
Right.
Like, pretty good chance she's on multiples, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's she's very supportive. I know she's helped some other deals going on. I know she donated maybe to one of the sports teams, ball clubs down there in Jackson County recently. So she's all about Jackson County. You know, she's a
native.
There. She's a Roaring River native down there. One of them old beer drinking roads.
Yeah.
If you're into, the Bulls.
If you're into that type of thing.
Yeah, I already said that once this week that, kind of made me feel like shit. So, but anyway, she's a hard worker, man. She
hustling.
A lot of those teachers, man, they're in real estate. My boy Drew McMillan doing the same thing, but Drew hadn't paid me anything, so I'll not be putting over Drew McMillan and his real estate business. I will put over Kayla Chaffin at First Realty, 931-239-2206. Drew, step your game
That's
up, brother.
2206.
Yeah. So thank you, Kayla, for your donation. She kind of the leg work was done on Jason and Courtney were covered and all there. There was just a few little loose ends at the end, and she stepped in, took care of those for me.
Nice.
So I could enjoy the night a little bit more. It helped my mind ease. So thank you, Kayla. Like I said, we'll put something together for you in the upcoming weeks and get you some more promotion out there. And yeah. What about these cats? And like I said, 15 to 17 tickets that went unused.
Unused. That was, I was over there and looking at, clicking the list off and this and that, and I said, "What about this and what about this?" She said, "They just ain't showed up."
Yeah.
And it was like 6 tickets,
Yeah.
here, and 2 tickets and a ticket and plus one. And I thought, holy crap, there's a lot of people that paid that didn't show up.
I'll say this.
There's no refunds, folks.
Well, there's not, man. I mean,
Right.
I mean, hey, I love you guys. And no, given fairness, nobody's asked for refunds.
Oh, yeah. That was just a joke. Right?
But now, had you asked for them,
that would have been no refunds.
I would have had Lucas call you and be like, "No refunds, people."
Yeah.
That's.
Oh, yeah. No.
So if you buy tickets from the Ryman, which I was told this is not the Ryman because I asked people the other night, I was like, thinking it was the Ryman, and you try to show and look forward and act like you've been in public. This ain't the grass seats at Starwood.
Right.
Okay, don't be smoking a joint and yelling at your neighbor and popping your titties out. Well, that last part might be up for debate. I mean, if you want to get down, you get down. I ain't want to judge.
I meant to stare at Mackie all night long and see what he had going on over there, but I didn't.
Well, he probably was signing some titties somewhere. So, Annie, you ever notice how our show can go south pretty quick?
Oh, yeah. I was just thinking of the Scandinavian.
Hookers. It's going to be here this Sunday.
Well, they're going to be here Sunday.
I've already lined them up.
Mm-hmm. I'm a married man, so I don't associate with blonde-haired, blue-eyed, long-legged, artificially enhanced angels. But I don't hate on somebody that might.
Right.
You know what
and
I
if
mean?
they just
It's not my thing.
No.
It's not my thing.
Because your wife is brunette,
and
dark-eyed.
I don't discriminate.
No.
Dark-haired, thick-thighed,
Easy.
women from, sub-Saharan continents that, just need help with their rent sometimes, I don't hate it.
No.
I mean, I'm not against it, but, I'm a married man. I can't participate in that. But, if they're sitting over there
on my side,
on your side of the table,
yeah,
it's not got anything to do with me because this is the podcast basement studio. That's what this is for.
Well, I finally break him down. It always happens in my favor since episode 1.
It always happens.
I'll be like, "Hey, Lucas, you want to do this?" Nope. How about this, Lucas? Well, you can do this.
In all fairness, though, you kind of just do it and I just go along with it.
No. Not always.
Yeah.
Not always.
No, I mean when I do give in, You just kind of do it, and I just go along with it, except for that one situation.
You're talking about that
Our
one situation.
recent guest.
Yeah. And you didn't even know why you didn't want them on.
I did.
I went straight Devo on you right there. But anyway, I always get my way. So when hookers are here on the couch for the 100 show, now I'm a married man also.
I'm just gonna look. You do whatever you got to do.
No, I'm a married man also.
You do whatever you got to do.
But now
I don't judge.
Now look, 100.
The camera judges.
One other episode, camera will be shut off like the one on the lake.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The lost
It'll be
episode,
quite a bit different than the lost episode.
Because I was actually not the problem on the boat. Do you want to
DK
talk?
wasn't the problem on the boat.
Do you want to talk
No.
about the boat? Do you want to talk about the lost episode? Lucas, would you like to talk about the lost episode of the podcast?
No, I will not talk about it. I
On the
actually
boat.
deleted it from the archive.
Yeah. Why? Because you said
It ain't none of your business.
You said I don't give blah blah blah. This show is gonna be OLR podcast E. It's gonna have the explicit version.
Now they all say explicit version, and somebody better shut their damn mouth before this one gets cut up.
Let's see. I wasn't gonna overstep my boundaries, but I wanted
you was getting real close to it.
I wanted to make you think I was about to say some shit I wasn't supposed to say.
Yeah.
You know, I always like bordering that little edge with you.
I still got that control Z button over here.
I'm not worried about the Control Z button. Anyway, so
what else you got wrote down over? You got a whole list of stuff wrote over.
Yeah, but we always get sidetracked. This is why this show always lasts so long, because we get sidebarred off something.
Yeah.
I can't remember why we were talking about Scandinavian hookers prior to
Because
that.
it's the 100th episode.
Yeah, but we weren't even talking about the 100th episode before that.
That's the whole reason it got brought up.
No.
Yeah.
I actually brought up the 100th episode after you said Scandinavian hookers.
No.
Rewind it back.
I'm going to, but I think you brought it up first.
No, either way.
It doesn't matter.
It's over. We were talking about Kayla Chaffin for some reason, then it got into Scandinavian hookers.
I think you're jumping the shark here. We'll go back and listen to it afterwards.
Whatever. I'm not going to have time to do that. Can I?
Anyway,
can I,
100th episode.
Can I check this Snapchat first?
Do the tell.
I mean, it's going to take like 20 seconds.
Who's coming to the 100th episode?
All
so
right.
these folks can know what to expect on Sunday. The camera is going to be on, folks.
Yeah, I can't wait, man.
Yeah.
We've got confirmed titty signing Jeremy Mackey.
Bam! Mackey coming in hot.
His best friend Curtis Rich.
Bam.
Oh, heavy exchange yesterday on the old
Twitter.
on the old text message machine here yesterday. Clint Fraley first off cussed me because I put him in a group message. And so I just text everybody, text a few people that are loyalists. Mackey says, if Curtis Rich is coming, I'm out. I said, I did text him. And then Curtis Rich said, stay home then. Mackey said, I'm surprised you had permission to come. Curtis Rich said, I could say the same for you. That's if you have time to get away from Woolies long enough. Shots fired. Mackey said, they're closed on Sundays. Caleb Allen said, who's bringing the Jaeger bombs and boxing gloves? And Brad Craggett said he was going yard selling. And I said, are you getting NASCAR cards? He said, NASCAR cards and fishing lures. Will there be snacks and activities? Maybe arts and crafts? Brad Craggett is Brad Craggett still to this day, the same Brad Craggett I've always known. But, Slim and Blake are going to be here. Mackey will be here.
Brad Craggett told me on the way out the door he will be here at my house on Sunday.
Well, I hope that's the
Still what happens on Sunday?
hope that's the case. He thinks, they have to they're going to Kylie, their little girl's in travel ball right now.
Yeah.
Chris Raines is not going to make it because he's going to be playing Old Red on Saturday night. They'll not be here. So that was the announcement we were going to make.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in the Gatlinburg, anywhere East Tennessee area, Saturday night 5 to 7:30, Chris and Brad are playing the opening of Old Red, the Blake Shelton bar. There's already one in Oklahoma, and there's one in Nashville, of course, on Broadway, I guess. And it's on Broadway. So Chris and Brad playing the one in
Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge.
I'm so bad with Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. I don't
know which one's which.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea knowing which one's which.
Yeah. But
I'm not a Gatlinburg. I don't frequent it much. There's some people go like 17 times a year.
Yeah.
I've been literally like 3 times in my life.
I have too, and I really enjoy it when I'm up there, but I never know which side I'm in.
I no idea where I'm at.
If I'm on top of the mountain, I call it on top of the mountain.
No, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I tell everybody I go to Gatlinburg, and Kara told me one time that we spent the entire time in Pigeon Forge.
Absolutely. I can believe that.
And I said, okay.
Okay.
Then when we went back the next time, I still didn't know which one I was in.
I've been 3 times.
Yeah.
12 years old with my parents and Nikki Hawkins' parents, Don't know where I was at.
Right.
Went for John Godwin's bachelor party. No idea which one we were at.
Right.
I went with Lindsay, Brad, and Becky 3 years ago. No idea.
Yeah.
I have no idea the difference. Please, somebody educate me the difference between Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg.
Yeah.
No idea.
Wherever the island is at, do you know what the island
The
is?
shopping center?
Yeah, it's got the big carousel and it's got the arcade and the escape room and all that stuff. Wherever that's at, that's a good time. I don't know which one that is, but that's a good time.
Where's the one downtown that has the Mexican restaurant and the crawdaddies and all that? Like downtown.
Is that the one where you walk the streets and everything?
Yeah. I'm sure they both got streets to walk because they're both
Wait.
tourists.
No, whichever one's at the bottom of the hill, you kind of drive place to place. I guess you can walk, but it's not as
No idea.
it's stretched out a whole lot more. I don't know which one it is.
I can tell you every damn bar
I
on
think
Broadway.
I think Gatlinburg's where the island's at. I don't know. I think so.
John Godwin called me back in 2013. His original plan for his bachelor party was to go to New Orleans, right?
Oof.
I was like, dude, nobody's going to New Orleans.
Yeah.
We're all
You're going to be at a bachelor party by yourself.
we're all in our 20s here. We're not
Uh-huh.
going. I might have been in my 30s by then. I don't know, but possibly I was in my 20s. Okay, it was close. I was borderline. And he said Nashville. I was like, well, it's that's
a
usually
lot more doable. Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually the game plan. He's like, I don't know. So he texted me one day. I'm at work. He's like, call me. Got the bachelor party planned. I was like, all right, sweet. He goes, we're going to Gatlinburg. I was like, awesome. Can we bring our moms? What the hell are we going to do in Gatlinburg?
Yeah. If you're up on top of the mountain, it kind of rolls up after a little while. I mean, you can go walk through the museum. You can go up there and go to that.
Boring.
You can go to that place where you put on the hats and they call you names when they bring you food. You know, they're an asshole to you while they bring you food.
Oh, yeah. Dicks.
Yeah, Dick.
I call it Lucas's for short.
You can also go ride they call it a roller coaster, but you just kind of sit there and, and the thing vibrates and blows air in your face and spits water at you and stuff. And there's a video playing.
Oh, I like. Maybe I'm corny, but I enjoy that.
I do too. I liked it.
No, it's Thunder Road or something like that. It's not Thunder Road, but it's something similar. Like
Yeah,
Thunder
maybe.
Road used to be at Dollywood.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you though, I had the absolute best time at that bachelor party
I
of
bet.
any bachelor party. I had like 2 bachelor parties, 3 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
There was a bachelor party inside of a bachelor party on one of them, and like Clinton said, the crazy stuff we've done, and look at us now. We're here. We here. Anyway, I had the best time.
In Gatlinburg.
I love destroying my liver for 3 days in Gatlinburg. Me and James Hatcher, proven at Herman Springs, are the supreme group. Why those Salina boys? Now, hey, a lot of love for Salina.
They nurse around on the beer, though.
I'm just saying the boys laid in the fetal position for 18 hours at a time after drinking a couple beers.
You get up.
All I'm saying.
You got to get up and get back in the saddle.
I'm not saying that Trey Richardson, Nolan Dell, and Sailor Walden laid there in the bed all curled up 3 like there was like Siamese twins, all 3. They were all 3 just cuddled up. Are you cutting their names out?
No.
Okay.
I'm just making sure we're still recording while you're talking.
Yeah. I just know those 3 cats. I got a picture, and I may exclude Sailor from that. I think it was Trey and Nolan. They're just sitting there curled up in a fetal position while the rest of us Springers, they always want to say, "Oh, you Springers." Like Sunshine will say, "You Springers, man."
Yeah.
Hey, seriously,
I don't
man.
know Sailor really well, but he's got a little bit of a pedigree background. So I would think he could hang.
Well, he ain't no Hatcher and Spivey, Kennedy, because we put him, we knocked him up. Now, Thad hung, John hung, everybody hung pretty well, but I had them pictures of them Salina boys curled up in the bed, looking like they was ready for a damn, cartoon marathon on a Saturday morning. I mean, it was bad.
I was just waiting for some Cheerios and somebody to bring him a glass of milk, curl
It
up
was
on
the
the couch.
Yes, it was the best time ever. Like, James lost his tooth. James had the
Is
tooth.
that
he
when?
takes it out, and he's
Oh.
no,
Who's got my tooth?
enough's enough. Who's got my tooth?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna stop talking about this bachelor party before I tell some bad stuff.
Hey, who had his tooth?
I think Tyler Kerr stole it and put it on top of the refrigerator at some point. I don't know. I think it's what happened.
That's
I think
pretty
Kerr claimed it the next morning.
funny.
Uh,
That's funny.
I love it. It was and John still loves it. He's like, hey DK, tell him what's your favorite bachelor. I'm like, it's yours, John. Me stroke you so John, it's your bachelor party's better than both of mine combined. I loved it, and I did love it. I loved it so much. So, it reminded me of a Robert Kraft party. Just kidding. There were no hookers.
There was massages involved in, huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
We had
Hey.
That made me feel really uncomfortable. Whatever the fuck you just done over there made me feel so uncomfortable. Stop that noise. That's so weird. No, God Almighty. That's what I deal with every week. Jeez.
I'm a bit of a dork.
Look at Molly. She's making a cameo on the.
She's been in the shot 3 or 4 times. Everybody ever wondered what Molly looks like? Here she is. Molly. Where's my...
Yeah. So,
Get down, you stink.
but are you? Is there anything in particular you're looking forward to in our 100th episode?
Yeah. I think it'll be a bit of a cluster.
I know you're going on that.
Yeah.
I do know.
You seen where I was going with it.
Yeah.
It'll be a fun cluster F though.
I think so. Yeah. We might.
I like seeing everybody coming in. I'm gonna get the table out. Get a few more chairs in over in there. Get a few more microphones on the table. Turn the table around. That way we can get a better shot at it. And then we'll just turn on the camera, turn on the microphones, and see where it goes.
But you know what everybody's going to do, though? Everybody's going to get so weird because every time we've ever had any of those guys on the microphone.
The microphone is bad enough, right?
Yeah, now they got the camera.
Now they got to look at the camera. So everybody's going to be. The funny will happen off in the side.
Yeah.
In the periphery where you can't see
the
it.
Awkward will be right here.
Yeah. So who's ever in front of the mic, they're going to sit down and go. And then somebody will say some funny shit over there, you know.
Yeah. We've got these guys coming in stone cold sober because it's 10 a.m. in the mornings when we're recording, so nobody's going to have no personality to them, you know.
Right.
Anyway, nobody's going to have that added liquor. I said added liquid courage.
Right.
Easy for me to say. So
I know some of them boys, they may have it.
yeah. So, like at one time.
I bet Mackey's got some courage in him still.
Hellfire, yeah. Saturday night will still be brewing in Mackey,
I would say,
you know.
Mackey may not have partaken, in the couple hours leading up to the podcast, but on Sunday, I bet he has had a drink.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I don't, like my uncle, I have an uncle one time, I rode up to his house. This is one of my favorite stories ever to tell about him. I rode up, I was probably 17, 18 years old. He's got an outbuilding out from his house.
Yeah.
And I walk up to it, and his girlfriend at the time is giving him up down the road, giving him the what for, bitching and fussing. So she storms out, goes back in the house. I go back, and I was like, man, she's on you, ain't she? What's she so mad about? Said, been drinking too much. I said, oh, hell, when'd you start? 8th grade. Never gets old. I can tell that story 150 times. I don't give a shit if it's old to everybody else. I'll never not tell it. So, yeah, man, I'm expecting some of those guys.
That's one of them new spivey uncles, I bet.
Correct. You are correct.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So, I meant to say I did miss some boys from the show the other night. Lisa J. Arnett Gore always is as notorious. And I asked her the other day, I was like, or did a bear flip your car on the way to the show Saturday night? Because she's always like, guys, you ain't going to believe this.
There's a mountain lion that rode on top of my car for 200 miles, and I couldn't get it off there.
And as soon as I did, it punctured my tires.
Yeah, it jumped off and bit my tire in half.
She's always got some ridiculous excuse, but she just said she thought it was the next weekend. Ben mentioned it at 5 o'clock, and she's like, well, I just didn't go. She's big and pregnant, she said, so she just didn't come. Shout out to my boy Doug Martin. He actually got handed a sub-state game.
Yeah.
And his wife, Katie.
As a ref.
As a referee, he's one of the old zebras, and he's pretty good. I took I got to call you out, Doug. He was in the background of a Salina picture the other day.
Yeah.
Salina was playing. Nancy McLean takes all the pictures, and Doug's in the background. So I screenshot it, sent it to Doug and Daniel Sales. And I said, when the game's about to start and that shit pain hits. Because he's got this face, look on his face, And he's like, screw you, So his wife, Katie, had been listening to Jason and Courtney a lot, and they were getting ready. And I guess, Daniel thought, well, if Doug's not coming, I'm not coming by myself. So those guys, Clint Connor didn't get to come. He had a busy day. So many guys, that didn't get to come. Then there's those 8 or 10 that's like, hey, save me some tickets. I'll be at the door. And they didn't show up.
Yeah.
So it hurts everybody, really. I mean, not the paid ones. I mean, but now I did tell JB's a number that I thought would be there. So
yeah.
But it happens. I mean, life happens.
Yeah.
I bought ticket stuff, not able to go. So better luck next time. We'll come in. And
well, I'll just tell you, they missed a hell of a show. It was a great show, folks. It was amazing. It was one I'm glad I didn't miss.
Hey, did you see any news on Facebook recently that I forgot to tell you?
I don't know about.
I mean, did you see? Did you
Hold on. Let me see if I remember. Yeah, is it something that real personal news, right? Like something that you tell your buddy first before you told anybody?
Yeah.
From one of my real close friends, possibly, right?
If you're meaning me, yes.
Yeah. So, did I hear it from you? Mm-mm. You know what I did get was a screenshot of your wife's post from my wife. So I didn't hear it firsthand. I didn't hear it secondhand. I heard it third hand.
Yeah.
Tell them. What's going on?
Her name's. You can get on Facebook, and the news is out there.
Yeah.
We're adding to the Kennedy
Congratulations.
clan. Adding to the Kennedy clan. Third baby on the
Third
way.
baby on the way. Gonna be a daddy again. Do you know what it is yet?
I move them hips, but I don't move them quick enough. You know what I'm talking about? Out.
Yeah. I'll say
I hear, and there's no sense in all getting perverted here. I know that's where you're headed.
I was gonna say, do you know what it is?
That causes it? Yeah, I googled it as soon as I found out the news.
You're the one that's heading perverted. I'm trying to say, do you know what the baby is?
Yes, it's a boy.
Another little boy.
I just found that out. Didn't know it in the first post. Now, to backtrack, what I will say about in defense for myself.
Yeah. Was that we're not as close as what I keep thinking? Yeah. I understand. I get it.
I didn't think we were telling the world, especially Facebook. So I thought I had a little.
You know, you at least got to tell your dad before they got on Facebook.
Right. You would think.
Yeah.
You would think.
You know?
So what had happened was we found out, and we have known it for a bit now.
Right.
But my relationship with my dad, it's a fine relationship. We get along great. We don't butt heads.
Mm.
Now, are we buds? We don't go to stuff together, much necessarily.
Right.
So now when we get those personal one-on-one times where we can sit and have a cold beer together, and I do enjoy it. And it don't happen much.
Right.
His girlfriend's not there, my wife and my kids, and that was the plan.
Right.
I just thought, man,
we'll sit down, have a little heart to heart. Look, hey, old man, I'm going to make you grandpa again.
So the first time you don't want to tell them because you're young,
you're nervous,
and that was a bad deal. Young and it's not the best circumstances, whatnot. So yeah, that's the nervous. And the second one, my mom was in the hospital when she was real sick. Told her, and I think she told him. I don't think I told him.
Right.
So the third time, I'm sitting here.
This is my time.
Now I'm sitting here 35 years old with my third kid, married for 6-7 years. What I've been married, and
8 years.
No, it's
I got
7.
married in 12.
Well, do the math, dumbass. This is 7. This is coming up.
Did
7.
you get married in 12 also?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you got married in 11.
And I always think you got married in 13. I don't know why.
All right.
The worst haircut ever for your wedding.
Mine?
Worst haircut ever. Mine.
Oh, mine was
You had
bad.
us looking like the damn state puff marshmallow man anyway. Them ugly ass
It
white
was
tux.
supposed to have been kind of brown,
Yeah,
but it was white as shit.
We've covered this.
Yeah.
Like I said, it looked like whatever Tupac video. He had that big white suit. My fat ass looked like I was in shape that year too. It was a bad thing. I just had a bad haircut. I went into my haircut place and they gave me the high and tight, and it was just not a good look. And I have the goatee, and the goatee's not a good look for me. We talked about this. Like every time I shave my face. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. It was just mean. There was really no point in it other than to be mean.
Well,
yeah.
And I had the goatee, right?
Yeah.
So every time I have a beard, when I'm looking at my left side of my face, I'm like, damn, son, that's a good looking beard.
When you turn around,
I do me.
Yeah, and then you got this.
Then on the right side, I'm like, damn, son, shave to a goatee.
Uh-huh.
Then I'll shave to a goatee. I'm like, well, you look like a child molester. Shave your face. Then my baby face says, damn, you fat ass face, baby face. Grow a beard back.
Grow a shitty beard back.
It's a bad situation.
Yeah.
My face is too fat to go baby faced.
Yeah.
I'm creepy with a goatee, and I got a mange on this side of my beard. I'm just not pretty. I'm not pretty.
Half goatee, half beard.
Yeah.
Try it. That's you.
It looks like you just went over there, and you're gonna talk about my beard.
Oh, this?
All
I don't
this-
even
all
try.
this gone.
I don't even try. I don't care. I can't grow one. It does grow in. It just kind of shitty looking. So it just, I don't care. That's all I got.
So I was going to talk to my dad. This is the child
Yeah.
I should be comfortable. Be like, hey man, look, got another kid on the way.
Yeah.
So Thursday night, my dad calls the house. You better tell him. And we had known for weeks, but I just didn't know when the right time to tell him. Like we were going to tell it, right? So I'm like, yep. And he always calls to talk about my dogs.
Yeah.
He never says, how's Waylon? How's Bayless? Well, let me tell you. Fancy and Rocky's come down here. And of course, ain't nothing that Rocky won't eat. I fed him and I fed him. Now, Fancy, no goofy thing. She'll sit over there. And she just went across, now she didn't leave. And I'm there thinking, Rick. Because they call them the resort. Like, they eat hamburgers and hot dogs in my house. They stock the steak and lobster down at Rick's. They lets them in at nighttime with the heaters on when it's cold. I mean, that's the resort house. So he always talk about the dogs. I'm like, all right, man, y'all just holler at you tomorrow. That was on a Thursday. So Lindsay's hands on her hips like, really? You didn't tell him? I'm like, honey, I'll tell him tomorrow. She's like, well, that was a good time to tell him. He calls back to ask me a question. She's like, tell him. I was like, yep. All right, man, y'all holler at you tomorrow. See you. Really?
Yeah.
Tell him tomorrow, Lindsay. So
she says, I can't wait.
So she's so impatient. She texts me at work. And I'm busier than hell at work and barely have time to look at my phone.
Uh-huh.
She goes, you better be telling your dad and your friends I'm about to put it on Facebook. And I'm like, I put okay. Swear to God. I didn't even read the message, really. I sent okay.
Okay. Which means that you've just told your dad and all your friends.
yeah, that's what she got. It's basically like, me saying, hey, I got an idea, Lucas. Let's have so-and-so on the show, or let's do this. You're like, yeah, let's talk about it first. I'm like, all right, Lucas, don't look at social media. Boom. I put it out there.
Yeah.
Then you're scrolling. You're creeping when you say you don't look at social media. Then you actually see it when I think you're not going to see it. So
what happens is Kara goes, hey, did you see this?
I guarantee it. Son of a bitch.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I said, no, we talked about it. We talked about it.
I love it. I love it. So I play my phone on my desk, and I come back, and even Mackie was like, well, congrats, buddy.
Yeah.
And John's like, well, thanks for telling me.
Yeah.
Elliot Brown that night texts me and says, he said, known each other for 30 years, and he said, I got to find out through my wife. He said, I'm pretty disappointed. Jeremy Hammer texts me, Fraley. I mean, the whole people, everybody. I've got Snapchats, just down the line. And I'm sitting there thinking, thanks, Lindsay.
Yeah.
Thanks. So we go to my dad's, and she's like,
what did I send you? What was it that I said?
You screenshotted the ultrasound picture.
Yeah.
And said, forget to tell me something, or.
Yeah.
Or I'll go ahead and look it up. You can find it probably pretty quick. We don't text a lot.
Yeah.
You text back as well as
I would say there's a lot of text from you on here, and then just one from
me. So
me.
It looks like anybody I've ever tried to book for a show.
Yeah, right. So I screenshotted the thing that Kara sent me the screenshot. She said, "Do you know about this?" And I said, "No, I didn't." I texted it to you, and I said, "This how I got to find out?" Question mark.
Yeah, I mean, you and everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and everybody else. So we're going on a Friday night. Waylon's at her friend's, and she's like, let's go down to your dad's. You're going to tell him. I have never felt more awkward in my life, Lucas.
Like you're going in
yeah,
to sit down and tell him that you're addicted to meth or something. Dad, I'm asking for help. I'm just reaching out.
Yeah. I mean, that's
yeah.
God dang, that's funny. And that's what I felt like. I felt like legit. I was like, I had,
I need help.
I've been up for 4 days, Dad. Please just help me. I've been giving you the warning signs, And dude, I do everything but talk to him. I'm like, man, look. I'm like, look at these sheds I've been looking at for the house. I've been trying to build my man cave. Like, I'm looking at these. Yeah, these are better priced down in Lebanon.
Yeah.
I laid in the floor with my dogs.
Yeah.
And played with them. I did.
Whole time, Lindsay's standing at the door going.
She was so pissed.
Oh yeah.
She was looking at me like looking at her phone, going.
Anytime, honey.
And I'm laying on the floor, going, "Hey, fancy girl. Hey, girl.
You ever gonna come home?"
Picking ticks off of her. I mean, like,
yeah,
dude. I'm sorry. I'm talking to Bayless, talking to Linda about this and that. And finally, she's like, I went, and Linda and Lindsay were making it worse because they kept looking at each other, going. Just making these stupid faces.
So Linda knows.
Yeah. Lindsay had already told Linda. So and Linda wouldn't make it stupid. But Lindsay was looking at Linda, so Linda was cracking up. Finally, I was like, I knocked her up again, Daddy. And she knocked up. He got another one on the way. I'm sorry.
All this build up.
Hour and 15 minutes. I said, knocked her up. Yeah, you got another one on the way. He went. I said, see, look. I said, the man can't have a reaction to anything. I said, now he's going to start going, well, how are they going to afford that? How are they going to afford a third baby?
Yeah.
I said, it's all right, Daddy. I said, Bayless is about to go to Head Start with Lindsay. I said, well, then we got a spot at the babysitter. Basically, the money we're spending on this one is going to be absolved, on Bayless because it's going to be that's taking its place.
Yeah.
I said, I guess whatever. And he goes, like that, and
Never said a word about it, did he?
no, he never said anything.
Yeah.
Do you know the story? I don't know. I had a really good story about my dad that I always wanted to say for our live show, and I don't know if we'll ever do a live podcast or not. So I'll save it just in case. We maybe we'll get to do one time because that'll bring the house down. His reaction. I'll just say this: when Lindsay was pregnant with Waylon, we found out in February. You go to the doctor. What, 3 or 4 months? The first time. I was running late to that appointment. He stops and says, "Hey son, let me holler at you for a minute." The first time he mentioned it when she was 3 or 4 months pregnant. Whenever you go to the doctor the first time together. I won't tell you what he said because it's a freaking historical story, and I'm going to save it for a different situation. So, yeah, I'm like, look, he's just worried to death. I said, and I made a dog joke. Of some sort, and he got cracked up, basically like, he don't give a shit. Just the dogs. It's all about the dogs.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah. So, yeah, everybody found out, but then, yesterday, she was like, is it okay to tell the boy? No.
As soon as it would have started to come out, is it okay to tell? I just said, just stop.
Just go.
Just whatever you got to do.
Yeah. So she got the blood work done this time instead of getting like the regular ultrasound.
Yeah.
That's when you've had kids.
Yeah.
She didn't go for the ultrasound to find out on the spot. She didn't have a pregnancy reveal like I did with Bayless. Like, I'll tell you a funny story about Waylon. I said Waylon or Dylan's are the names we had picked out. Dylan, which ended up being Little DK, Jeremy Hammer's kid. And so that was 2 names I had picked up while we were in the ultrasound thing. When we found out it was a boy, just a good old boys by Waylon Jennings played. That was a sign, right? You never hear Waylon Jennings on the radio. Second time, we had a gender reveal.
Yeah.
And, did you come to that? Y'all didn't come? Thanks for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend. The Golden Girls are having a cruise. We need to hit up 2020.
I know where I'm at on your list.
Yeah, with everybody else.
With everybody else, buddy.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
Seriously, that Golden Girl cruise. I got dibs on Blanche. The hell?
Well, yeah. Realistically, I mean, you two are a better time.
Yeah. We're gonna burn some shit down.
Yeah.
Me and Blanche are gonna anyway.
I want the. Which one's the one that's just real flaky and don't know anything?
Betty White.
But
she's not committed. Betty White was hot back in the day. You ever seen Betty White in her 20s?
No, that was in the 20s. So no, no, I didn't.
We're getting so off base again. Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
So, what the hell was he talking about?
He's talking about Lindsay went and got the blood work done instead of the ultrasound.
Yeah, so Bayless, we had the gender reveal, and she got the blood work done this time. So she found out it was a boy. And so, of course, everybody was like, you need a girl. Well, first off, no, I don't. No, I don't. No.
No. No, you don't.
No. I don't need a half Hamilton, half Spivey female because if you could ever make a hard-headed woman, it'd be like my bloodline from the Spivey women and the Hamilton group, maybe the Schaffners from their mom. However it's added up, I know I've dealt with some hard-headed ass women in my life, and other things that I ain't studying a girl. I don't want a girl. You know the story about girls.
Surely at this point, it's time to go get the old. You know what I mean?
Why does it always got to be? Why can't it be the? Why can't it be the? Why's it got to be the Bruce Barber beefcakes on them? I got to snip it.
Go get them cut.
Why can't she just get them like a
rolled up? Just roll it up like a air hose. Pull them
like a balloon.
Roll them up like an air hose. It's just less invasive for the man. It's not near as it's not near as hard.
History lesson of the day. What's invasive? Get your Webster
Oh,
out.
come on now.
I don't know it. I know how to spell it. I don't need to use it in a sentence. But I needed
they've got to cut the woman open and go in and tie it up, and for the man they just kind of snip a little spot and just reach in there and cut it, tie it up. You're done.
Sounds exactly the same to me.
You're in and out that day. You're in that in a few hours.
What's a girl do?
She's got to be in there. She's got to get sewed back up. She's got to come out of recovery. They got to watch her for a little while.
Do they have a babysitter like a?
The doctor comes outside, does it in your car if you're a guy, and just sends you on home.
I'm saying if when the woman doesn't, she has to be hospitalized. Do they have a play area for the kids to stay for a couple days?
Yes. That comes with free child care whenever
so
it
I
happens.
don't know why she wouldn't do it then.
That's true.
When I was
Realistically, don't burden DK with the children while it's happening.
I do a lot more than a lot of dads do. I'll say that. 'Cause somebody the other day said, "You don't know." I said I went to the gym after work, and they're like, "Oh, it must be nice." Blah blah blah. I'm like, well, I mean, I do a lot for my kids, so blow out your ass, you know. But I realistically thought when we were younger, when we used to hear about guys getting snapped, I thought they just couldn't. I thought it didn't happen no more. That's it. I did.
Oh, you thought?
I just thought it went just like you was like.
It was done.
I thought you did this still.
Yeah,
but I just thought
but nothing happened.
nothing came out.
Yeah, the payoff wasn't there.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's not the case.
that ain't the case.
That ain't the case.
They're just that it's just dead up in there.
Yeah, it's not even dead.
Like when people say you should have been
it
shot on the
ain't
wall.
dead. It ain't dead.
What
They
is
can
it?
tie it back together. They can put it back together, and you can fix it later.
Oh, that can be reversed.
Yeah. Sometimes it reverses itself.
That's
no kidding.
That's scary.
That's no kidding. Sometimes it reverses itself.
So like you can you just be in there and you think, oh,
You
well,
think this ain't gonna happen,
this ain't gonna happen, and
then 9 months later,
more the reason for her to get fixed.
that doctor fibbed.
I'd be suing somebody.
I think that happens from time to time. I think some doctors get sued over that.
Now, if I can, there's enough deadbeats with 4 kids that live off the government, so I won't even have to feel like guilty about living off the government. I'll just sue a doctor.
Yeah.
I'll get a brand new
Why
truck for
not?
suing a doctor.
You probably want to put it towards the kid, not the truck. But I mean, I get what you're saying.
Gotta have more room. It'd be stupid here.
You're gonna probably need a van when you got 4 kids running around.
I'll
but
never drive a van.
Yeah.
She might. I won't.
Somebody mark this down. 3 years from now, DK in a van.
You can mark it down, underline it, put a highlighter on it, record it.
The day you pull up in a van, you're in kind of a mini van right now. You ain't in your
fine.
truck.
Did you look out the window when I showed up?
I did. I seen you sitting out there for 5 minutes in your car texting on your phone.
Well,
Or
it's
just
'cause
come on
it's 'cause I
downstairs.
don't text and drive.
I just come on downstairs. You text me all the time when you're driving over here.
I'm stopped at the stop sign, probably.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And you scared the piss out of me when I come down the steps like some child, like some stupid game. It's a stupid freaking.
You're just mad because you got the shit scared out of you when you come in the house. You went, "Ah."
You did
Here,
good.
here, look. Ah.
Yeah, it was an ugly
So everybody,
face.
"Ah."
I'm sure. It was an ugly face.
It wasn't good.
So yeah, man, and she texted me last night
Yeah,
because here's a pet peeve of mine about my wife
yeah.
that everybody doesn't know probably is that
This is gonna be one on me if everybody else don't know it.
we're in the same house, generally every night.
Given.
You've been in my house. It's
I've
not
been there.
It's not a small house, but it's not a large house either.
Right.
You know what it is? It's a medium-sized house.
Right.
It's just right. Remember
Uh-huh.
the little bears?
Yeah.
Remember that story was little?
Yeah.
It's
I'm
just
with you.
right.
You're Goldilocks. Keep going.
So last night she texts me, right? I'm a king of the gifts.
Yeah. Text is me is killing me. But go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Marilyn. I didn't
Yeah.
know that we were going to do that tonight.
Yeah. I've never heard you say text is me before. But go
Using
ahead.
the sentence. Like, how did I just say it? She texts me?
Yeah. So she texted me last night.
Texted me
Yeah.
is the proper.
But can you hear it when I say it texted me?
Do I don't usually say that.
I don't think you do either, which is why I brought it out to you. Because I've heard you say someone has texted you before.
Then if I said it
You ain't
once.
put you if you
So
had,
if I said it once, why in the hell bring it up?
if you had only said it once, I wouldn't have said a word about it.
I thought you just said I usually don't say it.
You usually don't. You've said it 3 times. You said it like 3 times in a row sitting over there.
Yeah, well,
So I had to bring it up to you because I don't want you to go around and look like an asshole saying TEXTESSES to anybody else.
do you speak properly when you're pouring a beer in your cup to be so you won't look obvious on camera?
I looked over a while ago and it was on camera. Not that one, but the one prior to that.
Well, I ain't used to it yet.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Still
Just
don't know what
kidding.
this camera with the line through it means. I hope that don't mean it hadn't recorded.
Holy shit! I almost guarantee you that's what that means.
I almost guarantee you it means that you can't take pictures during the middle of it
Okay.
because it says it's recording.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. That rec above it.
See, folks, so that I know whether the battery went dead or not, I hooked it up to the television so that we could see what the camera's seeing. And I still don't trust it.
And you know what? Last week was gold too. 2 weeks whenever we recorded, it was a good one.
Yeah.
I felt connected to
Yeah.
you people on YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube. So she texted me last night. She said Huxley Elliott. I sent her that and said, "Damn." This is our conversation.
What does Huxley Elliott mean?
Well, Elliott's obviously one of my middle names.
No, I mean, what's the Huxley mean?
She's suggesting boy names last night at 9:00. I'm watching TV. She's in the bedroom watching TV. So she sends Huxley Elliott when she texted me from 2 rooms over when I was going to say stupid ass name. I wanted to holler it back at her. It's a stupid name across the room. I didn't. I just sent her the Medea damn gif.
Yeah.
Then she sends Briggs. And I sent her, nope, don't like that. Steve Carell.
That's pretty funny.
Then she says Miles Oliver, and I went nerd alert. Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Then she says Sut Elliott, and I send her the Kanye. And she goes after your grandpa because my grandpa, my mom's dad, was named was Selvin. Spivey, they called him Sut, and I said not gonna do it.
Not gonna do it, Dana Carvey.
She says okay, good night. But I really like Huxley, and I sent her the
Ooh,
little
yeah.
girl making that face.
Where did
So-
she come up with Huxley at?
Some stupid ass baby name book, I'm sure. Like she types
That's
in,
really bad.
it's a bad name.
That's a bad first name.
Huxley is a good dog's name.
Yeah.
I would name my kid Theo Huxtable before I would name it Huxley.
Yeah. Yeah. Huxley's not good as a first name. You can call him Hux. That's about all you could do.
Yeah, absolutely.
You ain't gonna say Huxley. I mean, that's a mouthful of words. You'd say Dustin Roger Elliott Kennedy before you said Huxley.
Don't you ever put my middle names on this bitch again, okay? People guess at that stuff.
Yeah.
You just give away. You give away. It's like man. You just give away. Some,
I won't
we could've
tell
paid for-
anybody that your names.
Or Dustin Roger Elliott. Can you go ahead?
I
and do
won't
it?
tell anybody. You tell them I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut out where I said it and leave in where you said it. It is a prick move, but that's what's gonna happen to you.
Well, all right. So
Finish your
Sure.
story. We got to get out of here.
So I told everybody on Facebook when I found out it was a boy, I was like, my wife likes unique names, apparently.
Yeah.
So I'd like to officially announce that we're naming the kid Shaquille because there are no Shaquilles in Jackson County.
Bam.
And speaking of Shaquille, perfect segue. What? Segue.
What?
Today, March 6, 1972, the baddest ass center on the history of God's green earth to ever play in the National Basketball Association was born. Shaquille Rashawn O'Neal was
Wow.
born in Newark, New Jersey. Big ass baby. He was born about 3
That's a
foot
big
5.
baby.
It's a big ass baby, and I ain't holding that baby.
I ain't holding that baby.
One of my favorite Shaq memories when the first time I met him in Atlanta, and we went through the line, and I and first
I ain't holding that baby.
and we cut back through, and the manager been a prick. This was on episode 1. If you want to go back and listen
Right.
to how green we were, but you know, get our wristbands at 9.
Mm-hmm.
The signing's not till 3. I asked the
Mhm.
manager, "What's the rules? No pictures, no autographs. Understand? I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to be that guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this.
I'm going to do it.
My wife's going to be right there. I'm going to lean across the table and go." So, of course, we get through the line, take 2 selfies. Lindsay
Yeah.
takes a picture of me, takes a picture of Waylon. We get about 3 things signed. He goes, "That's a cold picture right there. You want to sign it for me?" "Yep." "There's one on the backside. You want to sign it?" "Now you're going to get our ass kicked out of here." "Hey, Waylon. What's up, Waylon?" 'Cause we had to write the names of your
Kids on it.
he was signing children's books, but he's supposed to be
Right.
signing. So I got Bayless one to put up for later. So he probably thought my name was Bayless, unfortunately. So I probably thought I was buying myself a children's book because he was cold asleep. Bayless was cold asleep, and he's like, "Waylon, you want me to sign that book, Waylon? Waylon, blah blah." So monotone, but he's he's as big as life. We get through the line. Lindsay's like, "Shit," and Bayless was 3 weeks old, and the manager was same manager been a prick to us, all night.
Mm-hmm.
Or all day, said, "Can we go back and get a picture made with our baby?" "No, ma'am. Everybody's going to get through the line. We got to get back to Tennessee. It's going to take 2 seconds between the next people. Take one picture."
Mm-hmm.
Shaq said, "Come here." And I ain't signing that. I ain't holding that baby. I ain't holding that baby. And he was as tall sitting down as Lindsay was standing. It's crazy.
That's hilarious.
But really, today I shared everything I could on Facebook today.
About Shaq?
Everything.
Oh, yeah. Did he tweet you back?
No.
Did you say Facebook?
Well, I put it on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. 'Cause why wouldn't I?
Why
You
wouldn't
know?
you? Right?
On Facebook, I shared the 30 for 30 where he slammed the backboard to the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, if people really want to talk about, like nowadays when rookies come out, they're like, oh, monster game. This guy had 19 points and 15 rebounds. Well, as a rookie, Shaq averaged, like only 24 points, 14 rebounds, and 4 blocks. That'd be MVP numbers any other year.
Uh-huh.
But as a rookie and broke 2 backboards. Let somebody break 2 backboards in today's NBA, social media would
Blow up.
would cry.
They had to redesign the backboard so that Shaq could continue playing in the NBA.
Say it again for people louder. Louder in the
They
back.
had to redesign the basketball goals so that Shaq could continue playing in the NBA. Bam.
Dominant. Wilt Chamberlain reincarnated in the 90s and 2000s. They changed rules because he was so dominant. They changed the legal defense to the 2-3 zone because he was getting 30 because he was bored. I seen a quote one time. He said, if I played to my abilities that I play with now and was this good looking and shot 8% free throws, I'd be against the law. If you ever look at the picture of me, him, and Wales,
Did you say 8% or
80?
Yeah.
He was a career about 50 to 53, somewhere in there, free throw shooter. He missed like 5,000 free throws. He said he had 2 regrets: not staying healthy and hitting a GD free throw.
Yeah. How far up the ladder would he have been had he hit all of his free throws?
He retired 5th on the all-time scoring list. I think now he's pushed down Kobe, Dirk, and LeBron. I think he's 8th now on the scoring list. But he retired at 28,000.
Would he have been up a level had he hit?
Yeah, he was the only one in the top 5 at the time that wasn't at 30,000 points. I mean, yeah, but and he only retired with 1 MVP, which is highway robbery, to play 19 years. People say, well, he never got a rebounding title. He played in the same era as Dennis Rodman, who was averaging 16, 7, who was psycho about rebounding.
Yeah.
Right? He never won Defensive Player of the Year. We played in the same era as Dikembe Mutombo.
Uh-huh.
He could have applied himself more. Yeah, but you know what? Mutombo had that's another thing. Mutombo had his little, no, not in my house. 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, 0-1 finals. Check the stats, 35 and 16 on the 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. And he said, yeah, challenge me, play me, treat me like a game of checkers and play me. Dikembe don't want this one-on-one. Then he goes out and put 35 and 16 on the winningest playoff team in the history. The greatest team to ever live, the 2001 LA Lakers. Look, nobody could stop them. Kobe and Shaq had to fight each other just to get through the season. They were so bored. They both asked for a trade in February of that year. They hated each other's guts. Shaq said, last year, the big dog was fed. We won championships. We had parade. Blah, blah, give it the dog. I'm the blah, 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 blah. Kobe said, I don't need you. I work too hard for your fat, lazy ass. Rebound and block some shots, blah, 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 and all that. Then they go out there 2 months later, I'm like, oh, all right, time to quit messing around.
Yeah.
Let's go demolish future Hall of Famer Chris Webber. Let's demolish Rasheed Wallace and Scottie Pippen. Just demolish Tim Duncan and David Robinson. Beat them by 39 and 29 to close them out. Then demolish. They slipped up in game 1 of overtime and let Hall of Famer Allen Iverson beat them in 1 game. Then they come back and won 4. So Brian Shaw, Robert Ory, Rick Fox, Derek Fisher, Horace Grant, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal. The greatest team of all time, 2001 LA Lakers. Go ahead and at me, as the kids say on Twitter. Bitches, y'all are, you can't fight numbers. Jordan and Pippen, Luke Longley, they don't want none. 01 Lakers, the greatest team in history. So
there's not one thing in this world that I can sit there and just blast stats and talk passionately about as you do about Shaq.
I like him better than my family. Not immediate family, but there's some cousins.
I wonder if he knew how much you knew about him, if he would like you, or if he would think it was weird.
Well, don't ever confuse me for a fanboy, as people.
Would you?
God knows. That's
would you lay it all out to him like that, like you do? Would you lay all if you was in his presence, like for an extended period of time?
No. But I would, no, I wouldn't, because
it'd be weird.
Now he posted a picture on social media the other day of somebody getting his picture of him tattooed on him.
That's a bold move.
People do that so often. Like I seen some guy in wrestling, or a guy on Twitter put like Randy Savage and Sting, Ric Flair, like this childhood, whatever. Even Nubbin. I think Nubbin's got a Jordan symbol Nubbin's got a
It's
tattoo.
one thing to get the Jumpman symbol.
Yeah.
It's another one to
Get your face.
get another man's face tattooed on your
I
body.
know a guy in Nashville that's got like 2 or 3 people's. That's a lot.
That's a bold move.
I'll tell you what I did.
If it
do.
ain't your kid,
Yeah, I don't want any faces on me.
mm-mm.
Now I've got a tattoo for my mom.
Yeah.
And I've got a tattoo for my kids. But I don't have their faces.
I would say, is it their face, though?
It's a lot.
Is it their portrait?
It's a lot.
And, boy, you better get a good tattoo artist.
yeah.
You don't want the cat that's giving them out, for free. That's been
No
like,
regrets.
Yeah. You don't want the guy who's tattooing oranges still, to be throwing that one on there.
He is. I tell you what I did do for they have the Shackcast podcast
Yeah.
they do. They were looking for like games and segments.
Yeah.
I did tell them I said I would challenge Shaq
To a Shaq
to
stats.
a Shaq. I was like, I know his cat's career, man. I said, let me come
Yeah.
to Atlanta. I'll come to Atlanta and be in the studio, or I'll
Yeah.
call in, whatever.
Yeah.
I just tweeted it once. I didn't ever. That was like early in the podcast. I think I just tweeted like at Shaq. I didn't even.
Didn't even do the podcast.
do the people that
Yeah.
run the podcast.
That would be really good if you sit there and just killed him on his own stats.
Well, people can remember it better than the
Then
actual
that you
people
can when you're doing it. Yeah.
And it's no different than us.
Yeah, right.
Like we do the podcast, and people will call me or text me and say, "Hey, what's this about?" I'm
Yeah.
like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. People think that I'm trying not to tell them details sometimes. They'll say, hey, when you're talking about this, what does that mean? And I'll give them that.
Yeah, no,
I don't know. I have no idea. I really don't know.
I'll tell you what. There's Jason Lynn texted me today. Said, "What was y'all laughing about after you mentioned my name on the podcast?" And I said, "I don't know. Tell me when it was." And it was your. We were talking about one of the fitness after you interviewed Matt, I think.
Uh-huh.
And I listened back to the show, and there was a clean break of like I said his name, and like something must have been going on in studio. We both started laughing. I was like, "Well, we weren't talking about you. We weren't making fun of you." So I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't think it had anything to do with Jason. I bet.
It had nothing to do with him.
Yeah.
But I just didn't.
Yeah, I don't know.
have no idea. So
Who knows? Anyway, good job on the Jason and Courtney show. We'll have updates on something else coming up
I hope we
sometime
don't-
in the future.
I hope we don't have anything.
Nothing soon.
I hope that people. That's a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
more work than you think.
Yeah.
I don't want to do another one for a little while.
Not right now. Not anytime soon.
I had 2 funny stories about Waylon and Bayless. I'll save. I forgot.
We'll save them for the show. That might for the 100th episode coming up. We're going to do it Sunday, and then you'll get to see it after that.
See, and this is what makes
This will come out Sunday.
No, this will come out tonight.
No, this will not come out tonight.
Oh, it won't.
This is not coming out tonight.
No, that won't. But can this?
No, this can't. I can't get this out tonight.
Without that?
No, they're not going to hear this Wednesday night. But
Well, I lied to you guys today. We have fans, Lucas.
I know they're not going to hear this tonight.
Okay.
How
about tomorrow night?
Possibly. Let me get out what I'm going to.
Yeah, god dang it.
Yeah.
Needy ass.
Good job on the show. Thank you to Jason and Courtney. Thank you to Brother Raines, especially Chris. Thank you to Matt Mayberry. JB's. Bam.
I don't undersell you, Brad. You said especially Chris. Go ahead. I got love for you, Brad. I think Brad reigns.
He does undersell you. He doesn't think that much of you. I mean, I love you, but anyway. Great job, everybody. Go get some JB's barbecue. Call that cat. Thank you, Miss Chaffin. Forgot her first name there, Kayla. Sorry about that. Anything else from you?
Oh, can I go now?
Yeah, you say the break where I quit talking. That's when you talk.
No, I just want to say we had some people, Brittany Daly, Sean Anderson, some of our good listeners that really caught onto the show lately.
Yeah.
They wanted to know why we didn't have a show this week. I told them we were recording tonight. They get spoiled. We get one tonight in the morning. So not in the morning, not tonight or in the morning. Yes. But tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, Friday. Sometimes I'm just saying they need something to chew on before Sunday because the show will be dropped.
Well, they won't get the show Sunday anyway. They won't get the 100th episode Sunday anyway.
Sunday night.
No, they won't.
Why? The way you want when you just drop
because this one's going to come out Sunday. We'll talk it out. We'll figure it out. Anyway, we'll either see you folks sooner or later.
This guy.
Thanks, everybody.